And so I search for the mine, or maybe I don't. I'm not sure. Kind of feeling out the boundaries of the map now a little bit. Feel a little bad for our character, since canonically it seems he's actually driving around like a lunatic all day because of me. Yeah, there was just a cryptic note that she's at the mines, and I've never been told where the mines were. It kind of feels like this entire questline, this particular storyline might be a dead end for now. Maybe I don't get the TV fixed. The diner doesn't appear to have a name. A vinyl banner slung above the door simply reads 24 hours. It only has one window, behind which the blinds are tightly closed. Conway tries the door. The door swings open easily. A bell rings nearby. The interior of the diner is pitch black. Conway stands in the doorway, waiting for his eyes to adjust. A bit of errant light from the nearby highway creeps through the open door, and gradually Conway is able to make out a few figures inside. Two old men in trucker hats sit in a corner booth, with a checkers board set on the table between them. A young woman stands behind the counter in an apron. Must be a waitress. No punctuation, weirdly? The cook stares blankly from the kitchen. The door slams shut, and the room is dark again. Spooky. Conway walks in the direction of the counter. He hits his knee on something hard and metallic, winces quietly, and then carefully finds his way to a stool. He places his hand on the counter. Another hand, a young woman, rests itself on his. She guides his fingers into a laminated menu. Conway closes his eyes, opens them, maybe closes them again. Impossible to differentiate. Ask her about the basketball game. The Wildcats are struggling, but today's was an important game. They could have rallied. Perhaps the waitress heard the game from the kitchen. Or maybe she's a fan herself. Conway clears his throat. He feels a warm hand against his cheek, and freezes. Her fingers run across the stubble of his chin. He feels like apologizing. She leans forward, and so does he. And that's the end of the diner. I'm nothing if not curious about what I'll find around these places, because stuff is happening. Strange stuff. That seems to be a little town there. The way that the roads are set up. Nothing seems to be coming up at the moment, though. What is happening? Everyone's just sitting in the darkness in a diner in the middle of the night. All right. Let's see. Act 1, Scene 4. Wasn't it Scene 3 last time? It counts up. Does it keep counting up or something? Into the darkness. What can go wrong? Act 1, Scene 5. Oh, the mine. We're here. That's where they were going anyway. Strange. Shannon speaks into the large brick cell phone held up to her ear. Oh, I'm playing as her now. It's $200 for 2 weeks. But can I trust him not to just change the locks? Yes, I appreciate that, but... Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you. Shannon hangs up the phone and puts it away. And here he comes. A stranger with a dog and a straw hat. No work tomorrow. There's a hyphen in tomorrow, and is backwards. Excuse me, ma'am. I saw the light was on, and I'm looking for an on-ramp to... Do you believe in ghosts? Well, let's see. I do believe in a place. A place could be haunted, if that's what you mean. What about a person? Can a person be haunted? Sure, I guess a person could. Sometimes I feel haunted myself. What haunts you? Bad decisions, I guess. Wasted youth. Well, look. Here's what it is. I drive deliveries for a shop called Lysette's Antiques. And I'm out trying to finish this job. You're making a delivery to the mine? Oh, no. I have a delivery for 5 Dogwood Drive, and I can't remember ever seeing that address before. Now, I heard I need to take a highway called the Zero. So I met this young lady, name of Weaver Marquez. She sent me this way, so here I am. Uncommon kind of place for an on-ramp, but that's what it's been like so far anyway with... What? Now I'm Conway, okay? The Zero, is that around here? I've never heard of the damned Zero. That doesn't sound like a real highway. But I know Weaver. I've known her all my life. She's my cousin. I'm Shannon Marquez. Weaver doesn't lie. One time, when we were younger, she told me my dad had been in a terrible car wreck. There was crushed metal everywhere, and we've been hearing it echo through the house for years, she said. I was very upset, crying, and then my dad walked in the door, just come back from a trip to the junkyard collecting scrap metal to fashion into wind chimes. I was angry, but she said it wasn't a joke, and it wasn't a lie. At the time I thought she meant it as a riddle or a puzzle. But Weaver's not a puzzle, she's a mystery. So maybe the Zero is down here somewhere. Maybe it is. Well, I won't mind the company. I've got business down here myself. I talked to Weaver earlier this evening too, or anyway, she talked to me. It's hard to tell if she's listening sometimes. Weaver told me I had to come down here to the old Elkhorn mine. She said I'd find something I've been looking for. Where did you see Weaver? At my workshop. She just appeared. I hadn't seen her since a long time. It's not a bad thing, you showing up now, all told. I'd rather not go down there alone. Your dog should stay up here, though. It's no place for a dog. This is an old mine. It runs pretty deep and tangled. If we're gonna go down into it, find your on-ramp or whatever else. We've got to keep our bearings. I don't want to get turned around. I've got some gear here to measure conductivity, frequency response, stuff like that. Maybe we can find a way to put a signal out ahead, do some analysis, and figure out what kind of topology we're up against. Topology. Okay. Topology. That's the science of continuous space, my friend. The way this twisty maze of passages fits together. Bye. So now I'm back to Conway. Okay. We're playing fast and loose with who I'm controlling in a given moment. Blue, you need to stay here. Blue? No. Uh-oh. I can't tell Blue to stay. Oh. She stays on her own. That runs into the mine's PA system. You think it still works? Only one way to find out. Alright, give it a whirl. Is anybody down there? Yeah, I'll stick to that one. Nothing. Oh, there's no power. Yeah, okay. Even when this old mine was up and running, it was tricky to keep stuff powered. You know, the miners used to have to pay just to run the fans and the lights. Yeah, they got paid in these shitty plastic tokens. Coal script, you know? And if you wanted to run the fans for a bit to clear the air up, well, you have to put a token in. My parents used to work here. So did Weaver's parents. I guess a lot of folks' parents worked here. Can we power it up? I bet we just have to free up some power for the PA system. Everything's rationed. Here. Set up that lamp of yours and I'll go unplug the ceiling lights. Conway clears his throat nervously. I hear the speakers back there crackle a bit. It's on now, right? Try saying something into the mouthpiece. Well. Okay. I hear you. We need to measure the echo delay time and figure out how deep the tunnel will run. Just make some noises into the mouthpiece. Conway taps the mouthpiece. Conway knocks on the table. Conway whistles. Damn, that's a long delay. These tunnels run deep. I bet some of them have ruptured or joined up with a cave system. Alright, I set up my spectrum analyzer. So just say something into the mouthpiece and we get a sense of for how narrow the mine tunnels are. Don't be shy. Just say anything that comes into your head. Tell me a story about something. Or what did you have for breakfast today? I had breakfast with Lysette. She made biscuits. She talked about her late husband, Ira. Then we just sat there for a bit. Got it. Looks like the tunnels are pretty cramped. Yeah, low ceilings. Hope you're ready to stoop a bit. Oh, you're probably used to it. One more test. We just need to know if the air is breathable, or if it's too thin or too dense. Just sit real close to the mouthpiece and breathe. I'll measure the resonance of your breath with the air in the tunnels. Just try to relax. Try to breathe naturally. Conway breathes and thinks about the road. Conway breathes and remembers a moment when he was younger. Getting some pretty strong readings here. I think we're in good shape, but keep at it for a minute. Conway breathes and visualizes a hot meal. Oh boy. Conway breathes and relaxes as a peal of feedback and loose rocks engulfs him. That was unpleasant. Oh boy. We're riding the line of horror, and I can't quite tell if we're gonna go over it. Jesus, are you alright? What the hell? My leg is stuck. Shit, okay. I'm gonna pull you out. We have to get you out of here. There you go. Okay, are you hurt? Can you put any weight on the leg? It's all messed up. Here, let's get you onto the tram. There you go. Now let's see if this thing has power. Well, okay, there's some luck, right? We should be able to ride this tram right out of one of the auxiliary exits. If there are any. I think there are. What about Weaver? We'll just find the exit, and then figure out what to do from there. That's our first priority. So the controls are over on your side. Let's get moving. That's spooky. You can just turn the lights off. This would be a fear of mine. Being trapped in a mine is pretty terrifying. No light, no food, no water. And eventually, maybe, no air. A turntable. Oh, there we are. This may be hard to believe. It's hard for me to believe myself, but this whole branch was underwater, last I heard. Is it safe? I guess so. Looks like they finally drained it, or maybe it just drained on its own. That happens with caves and mines and so on. There's certain caves you can visit for touristy reasons around California, and like some of them they just kind of periodically flood, so you just can't for a while until it goes away. The water came in pretty fast, and a lot of folks got trapped in the tunnels. I only heard parts of how it went from there. Sanitized for the bereaved. You know how these big companies are. But there was gossip too. The trapped miners couldn't get the pumps going because the power was rationed, so they shut all the lights off. But even then it wasn't enough. So I guess it was dark when they... You lost some people down here, didn't you? We all lost people down here. Well, not all of us, but most of us. It doesn't matter now. Look, this old turntable's still wired up. The controls are dead, but I can use my signal generator to switch tracks. If the water hasn't damaged it too much, or we can keep heading down this tunnel. All this junk hanging up around the turntables from the company store. Just junk, you know? The miners would buy it and use it to decorate the place. Or as landmarks, I guess. Hard to know which way is which down here. It's also dim and gray. Shannon connects two clip leads from her signal generator to the turntable's electrical panel. We're on the track between the animal bones and the rowboat, so... Tuning. The pendulum and the casket, the bat feeder and the scarecrow. The pendulum and the casket? Oh, that's what the other path is. This is the boat and the scarecrow. Or is that the pendulum? This is some next level commitment to delivering a package. Hello. A dusty reel-to-reel tape player is stashed beneath the track. Loaded with a tape, but starved for power. That was eerie. So I guess turning off the power to the light gives it enough power to make the noise again, but that was... What was it a recording of? Oh. I didn't know those were still down here. You've been down here before? Not this deep, but I knew about the tape machines. When this mine was active, a couple of folk music archivists spent time here recording miner songs. Really academic. Ivory tower types. None of the miners really talked to them much. So they stayed at the margins, observed, took notes, and then sometimes they'd get someone on a lunch break to sing into their microphone. Then I guess the power company took some kind of interest in the project and gave the archivists some coal script tokens to pay the miners with their songs. Pay the miners for their songs. So it became a way to make money. Did your parents sing? Oh, yeah. They sang. They sang in the mine for coal script tokens. I do wonder what happened to the archivists. Oh, it's a dead end. That would probably make me a bit nervous. The power's being drawn from that arm connecting to that wire next to my head. So it's live. I don't think I have any reason to know which one would be the right way. The bat feeder and the scarecrow. Are you telling me they got the animal bones from the company store? Company stores are always bullshit. Get paid in monopoly money that only where you have no mobility as people. You can't do anything. You can't like take out a loan or go buy new housing somewhere or have like mobility in the capitalistic society you're under because you don't have real money. You're being paid fake money where you can only buy whatever the company is willing to sell you for the prices they establish for you. So they kind of control you. The tracks are all messed up here. The tram isn't going any further. I wonder what's down that tunnel. Sounds like we're not going to try. I was wondering if we might get out, because there was a little icon of two people. Sounds like the original path might have been the right way to go. The animal bones in the rowboat. The air down here cannot be good. Our primary advantage is probably how much the air is stagnated and it isn't getting kicked up because there's no one mining in here. There isn't the activity of dozens of people. Because half the stuff in here probably wouldn't be great for your lungs otherwise. Still probably recommend wearing a mask, right?